And I think Prometheus is a good movie, but obviously when I watched it before being Aliens guy, um, I thought it was a good movie. But now that I am Aliens guy, when I rewatched it, I just because one of the most fascinating things to me about the original movie is the space jockey scene, big giant thing, and I don't like what Prometheus did to it. How they were basically saying the engineers was that big thing, and it doesn't match with the size and things like that. So that's why I didn't like. And some people are like, no, that doesn't mean they weren't trying to be the. It's like they were trying to make them the space jockey. They got the same suit and everything like that. So that's what I didn't like about Prometheus. So I still think it's a good movie, but I don't like what they did to the lore with the engineers and all that sort of stuff.
I love the engineers.
I don't know. I just, yeah. Well, because I think
Big
I also
albino looking thing. Ooh.
No, you watched them at our current house. Nah, I'm pretty sure I rewatched all of them at my last place. I was watching them. I've watched them at this house too. But yeah, I rewatched all the Aliens and I rewatched all the Predators. And it's not easy to do because for a franchise that's so popular, there's not that many good films coming out of those franchises.
No.
When the,
From what I
yes.
understand, a lot of people just, they pretend that Alien 3 and Resurrection never happened. But I don't listen. I don't think they were that bad.
Look,
I still like them.
Alien 3's underrated. I think it's just the whole people are obviously upset with oh, by the way, yeah, you got to get an OLED TV. Thanks, Sarah, because watching these movies on an OLED is a completely different experience. Alien 3, I think the story is good. I think people just, when you're going from Aliens to Alien 3, you kind of want more of Hicks and Newt, so it just was a completely different story. I actually liked Resurrection when it came out. So back in the day, I was working at Blockbuster, I think at the time still, and I used to really enjoy it. I really liked Resurrection. When I rewatched it a couple of years ago, I was like, oh my God, how did I ever like this movie? It was just the acting was really bad in it, and things like that. So, but what do you prefer, the first movie or the second movie? I know they're completely different, so it's hard to compare.
I think Aliens is badass, but I think the horror factor, the terrifying part is all in Aliens. So I would say Aliens.
And that's the thing; they're two completely different films. One to me is like a horror suspense almost, and then the second one's like a action movie. The horror element.
But a really good one.
Oh, it's kick ass! It's like non-stop. That's why I always say I prefer Aliens, because the way I look at it is, if I had to watch only one of those movies for the rest of my life, I would prefer to watch Aliens, because Alien is great. Like when I rewatched it